Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'll be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Ace of Wands. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say. Okay. So if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay, so I see we have a 5 and a 2, 52 maybe. I see we have a 6, and it looks like it's kind of the eye. Well, maybe it's a 9 here. The eye of a bird. You can see the body of the bird. The head of the bird is right here. The beak, the wings, and the long tail. So maybe some kind of, like, I think cockatoo or some kind of parrot, or I'm not really good with tropical bird names, but some kind of beautiful and showy bird. Also quite intelligent. And so when I see something akin to like a parrot or a bird that has a maybe not verbal human words, right? But the ability to really communicate, which they all do. I mean, if you really look and get to know your birds that live outside, you start to really see how complex their lives really are. But I see this and I feel like there is a sense of the desire to communicate, the desire to kind of be with your someone, to be with your, I don't know, is it a soulmate maybe? It could be that this is a family member that you are seeking companionship or comfort. Maybe this is your spouse or somebody that you're in a relationship with, or maybe this is a good friend. But I do feel like there's this sense of like two birds sitting next to each other, kind of having a little conversation. And I think that, you know, whatever is going on in your life, you have probably been kind of keeping it to yourself, not I don't think out of any kind of reason besides you're probably busy and you maybe don't prioritize socializing, and you might be like the rest of us and always forgetting to make our phone calls, you know, and so I think you're getting to this place where, yeah, you really want to be connected. I think that there is a real movement towards spending time together, being in a quality place. And I'm imagining maybe like spending a lunch together, going for a walk. And I feel like I almost imagine that there's something almost kind of, it almost seems a little bit sad. I don't think that it's sad necessarily, but I feel like there's a feeling there of, well, here, this is what I'm thinking. I'm imagining in my mind here. There is a sense of becoming such a colorful and vibrant being, um, which you've always been, but I think you're really flourishing in a lot of ways. I think you're really coming into this place in your life where you feel so much yourself, and you're very confident in that. Now, I feel that when you look out around you, sometimes things feel almost kind of monotone, or at least like really gray, right? It's almost like the things that used to really matter, they've lost a lot of their color. And I don't know that this is necessarily kind of a depression or a like a melancholy, feeling kind of blue. I actually think it's kind of the opposite. I think that you are seeing things more and more for what they are. And I think that you are realizing that you have all of this passion. You have all of these dreams. You have so many things that you want to do and share with the world. And the way that your life is set up right now, it doesn't match that energy. That's not to say you don't have a good life. That's not to say that you haven't worked really hard to get the life that you have. I think that you definitely have done so. But I think that this is just kind of one of those things that happen, and it happens to all of us. We grow out of things. We kind of, I don't know, you cultivate aspects of yourself, and you kind of look around and you think, this doesn't really feel like home anymore. This doesn't feel like I'm in the right situation anymore. Maybe my job doesn't fit my life anymore. Maybe I need something different. Maybe I need a new position, a different shift, a different, location, or whatever it is. Maybe my relationship needs some work. Maybe I need to kind of go to some kind of counseling or therapy to kind of figure out, what am I going to do to implement some changes here. And here's the thing, when we wake up in our relationships in a place where it doesn't feel like everything we hoped it to be, or it's like we've been asleep and all of a sudden we wake up, it's like this is not what it seemed like, right? I'd like to fix things. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. But we also must keep in mind that we have to be careful about how we approach the situation. Immediately going and saying, okay, listen here, this is what we need to fix. This is what you need to fix. You need to do this differently. And it is not received well, right? It becomes kind of hostile, maybe. Because really think about it. What if your partner all of a sudden thought, hey, you have to change all these things, or we have to change all these things. I think this needs to be a conversation. And I say this from experience because I am definitely a person that thinks, okay, I feel different, so I think everybody else should start doing things differently because that's how I envision my world, right? And that doesn't work. No, that alienates people. So I think going about it in a way where it is a conversation, and it begins with you figuring out, what do you need to do? Because that's the only person that we're in charge of, really. We have kids, we got to take care of them. We're in charge of them. But ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, we are only in charge of ourselves, in our own lives, in our own actions, in our own, right? Yeah. So that's where we, have to begin. And so, and this could be other things as well. It could be all kinds of, you want to move, you want to, I don't know, begin doing some other kind of creative work, or passion project. Maybe you're going to start remodeling the house. Well, that's another one. Take that slow. Be careful. That's like the most stressful, or so I've read. I've never done any big remodeling. But I do know even just the smaller things, those can get stressful. So, go about things easily. Slow and steady, right? Okay, let's see. Now, I want to look at it from here. Okay, so let's look at this like this. It looks like it says DJ. When we started, it looked like CJ or CS. Now it's closed itself. So, and it kind of looks like OJ. So maybe it's telling you that you do need some kind of vitamin C in your life. I know I do. Let's see. So we have, and I immediately, when I picked this bowl up, I thought, okay, here's like an Alice in Wonderland motif. We have this kind of hole here, and we have a person standing here, and I can almost imagine at the bottom of the tree, this looks like a tree, and there's the hole, going over to the hole and looking and peering into it and then tumbling down. And so, I imagine there is a sense of kind of going into that other place. And I think that this makes sense with the Ace of Wands. Very passionate, very connected with spirit, with that creative force that runs through life, that is that spark that brings life to all things. And so when we have that energy, it really is a time of great stirrings within self. And I think that we feel closer to the divine, although we're always close to the divine. It becomes much more perceivable. We see it in our daily life. We think about it a little more often. I don't know about you, but some days, some periods of time, I can go through most of my day without praying or thinking of the divine, of my intelligences and elementals and personal pantheon and so on. Sometimes I feel like a terrible person, and I've abandoned the work. I am not caring for my altars on a normal schedule, and I just get lost in the muck of things and busy with business and house and family and all the other. And then there are other times, and this is the energy we're in, where I think about it constantly, all day long. Everything I'm doing, I'm, saying thanks, and I'm praying, and I'm, talking to my daughter about philosophical things and looking at art with her, and talking about the big questions of life and so on. And I feel very close to God, or whatever name we want to put on that energy. And so it is. I think this is kind of similar to where you are. I feel like you are in this place where the world is talking to you. The universe is talking to you. It's leaving you all kinds of little insights and presents and a heart that is aflame. There is an inspiration there. There's a sense of, I just imagine you kind of, it's almost like music playing. I don't know, like in another room, like some kind of beautiful cello or harp or something. And I can just imagine it humming away in the back, and it's almost kind of in sync with the way that your heart is beating, and it feels so aligned with everything. And I feel that you just have this ability to know what to do without even thinking about it. You just are so into your that place, that heart center, that your intuition is off the charts. Now, not only that, I think that you've seen some things that are a little strange. There seems to be an energy of the uncanny. We have a rabbit down here. We have a little animal kind of sitting and looking here. We have some birds flying off the top of the tree up here. And then we have a beautiful little flower in bloom. And so I feel like there is this sense of kind of life witnessing you. Okay, I feel like you at times come into contact with animals, I think, and I think literally animals, and it's almost as if you have like a telepathic connection to them. You can look in their eyes and they see you and you see them. And I think that you're also a person that animals let approach them. I think that, you know, there are lots, most people, I would say, an animal is going to run immediately. But I feel like you are somebody who, you know, say you're in your backyard, you're in your garden, and there is a, you know, a rabbit, and all of a sudden you run into each other, you know, a few feet away, and you both realize, oh, we're both here. And usually the rabbit's going to wait for a second and then run immediately. I usually, if I accidentally walk up on a rabbit, I will say, oh, or, oh, and then I will turn my head, because I know if I turn, if they want to run, they're going to run. You know, you give them that little freedom there. But I think that you are somebody, they're going to stay and they're going to look at you. You know, I can almost imagine you just kind of go about your business, and the rabbit goes about its business, and pretty soon it's laying there in the grass in the sun as you do your work, and everything is in harmony. And I feel like this is just kind of, you have this energy, this aura that animals are drawn to, but not only just drawn to, they're at ease with you. Okay, you have quite a healing soul, and you're safe. You are a safe person. So I also think that they look out for you. You know, I'm a firm believer in what I like to call backyard spirits, and a lot of them come in the form of the animals that come and go. Literally in our backyard or side yard or in the front yard or wherever, one of the yards or all of them. And these are beings that allow us to live alongside them, but they also they watch out for us. So we treat them well and with respect as much as we can. And I think that, you know, when you have a good rapport with the animals, with the little beings that kind of live on the edge of your reality, then there is a deeper harmony. Okay. And I think that there's an ease to the environment. Now, I do believe that you also maybe have, and I'm just thinking, I also think that around your house that there is maybe other kinds of energies. Maybe I almost kind of feel like there's like almost kind of a disembodied spirit of some kind. And I think that maybe this is quite ancient, really. I don't think that this is like, you know, there was a graveyard in the back somewhere, and they're still roaming. Nothing like that. But I think that this is kind of like an ancient energy, and it feels like it is related to some kind of water that is underground. Often when we do have springs or some kind of water systems that are around our house or around the perimeters, or if you live near a lake or a creek or a river, or maybe the ocean. That's a big a lot of energy is there. But I do think that these fresh water places where the water is good, what we would call sweet waters, they do attract not only animals, but they do attract spirits. They do. And so I feel like you have a wanderer out there, and I think that you feel this being. Now, I don't even know that this is like a human person, or that it even has the same kind of consciousness as we imagine it. But I do feel like it's there. And I don't think it's nefarious. I just think it's kind of tied to that place, and it is perceivable. And you've maybe even witnessed it. And so I don't know. I see that kind of coming through. So we have also the birds kind of flying off. And I feel like this is very much related to the idea of the flights of spirit, and feeling kind of a weight off of your heart. I think that you're feeling relieved and impassioned by life, right? We have that again, the Ace of Wands. So all in all, an interesting time, I think. And now we have a horse who is galloping, as you can see here. So this makes me believe that we are coming into a time of travel of some kind. I think that maybe you'll be going somewhere. It feels like maybe not a super long trip. And it feels like it's maybe not for pleasure so much. Although it is not, I think it'll be enjoyable. This might be for work. This might be like kind of some kind of business outside of work, but still kind of businessy. And I'm thinking, I almost thought maybe you're going to look at a house or something. But I also think that you will be seeing maybe a family member or a friend that you grew up with. It seems like this is going to be an opportunity where you'll be in an area to see somebody you haven't seen in some time, maybe even years. And I think that this is kind of the pleasant part of your travels. But I think in your mind, you are getting ready to go here in the next weeks or month or so. And I feel like you just already wanted to hurry up and get it over with. And I don't think that's because of anything in particular, other than you don't necessarily like to travel that much, at least for these kinds of things. Now, going exploring or vacationing or whatever, that's one thing. But doing this kind of tedious or errands, big errands, maybe is not your favorite thing. So I think it's going to not be that. It'll be nice. I think that whoever you're going to visit with, it'll be nice. It'll be pleasant. But I don't think that this is even a very notable trip. The best part will be getting home, I think. And it seems that you will get home indeed, nice and safe, which is always important. Now I also, something about a singer, some kind of person singing. This is, it looks like a person holding a microphone. So I almost feel like, I don't know, maybe do you sing, or do you have maybe a love for music or singing? But I do see we have 1, 2, 3. I wonder if in a few months you'll be going to see maybe a band or a musician that you like, or maybe you yourself will be doing some singing. Maybe you are a singer, professional or amateur, a hobbyist, or maybe it's like karaoke. Maybe you're gonna go to a wedding and really have fun and do some singing or whatever it is. But that seems like something that I don't know. It seems like a big part of your life. I wonder if you're like somebody who's always singing in the car and stuff, like, which is awesome, by the way. I'm a big sing along person, which I'm sure not everybody. My husband. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you haven't watched my husband's channel, please go check him out. He's amazing. He's about to hit 200K subscribers. I cannot believe it. He is just, I mean, I can believe it because he's so talented, but it's amazing. It's hard to fathom. And so go check him out. But yeah, he maybe doesn't always love that I like to sing so much to every song that comes on. All right, so we have the Divine Doors Oracle cards. And I'm going to go ahead and flip through till it feels right. And we're going to stop right here. And it says, freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. All right, freedom flows. That's the birds. Those birds, they're just taking off and off and off and off. Well, Pisces, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you and I thank you for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And what else? Oh, if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I love hearing from you. I truly, truly do. So I just finished watching True Detective, the new season. Amazing. I just love the Arctic motif or landscape, or this kind of, I love the cold weather horror. So that was beautiful. The kind of magical realism that True Detective has is kind of my fave. But I'm wondering what to watch next. Do you have any recommendations? I'm always like, I just don't know. I don't know what to check out. I've been watching some of while I do my chores. It's kind of on in the background. I've been watching that new season of Feud about Truman Capote and all of his socialites and stuff, and that's pretty good. I kind of, when I was a kid, well, not a kid, I was, maybe like 17 or 18, I watched, what is it, Voices from Other, or I didn't watch, I read Other Voices from Other Room. I can't remember the name of it. His first novel, and loved it. And of course, oh gosh, what is it called? The one about the murders. What is it called? In Cold Blood. Duh. So anyways, that's my whole, the only two I've read. I didn't read his older, his later works, I should say, but it's a good show. I don't know though. I just, I'm looking for something, to get really to really enjoy. My husband keeps telling me to watch, Yellowstone, and we'll probably watch it together. I'm finally maybe giving into that one, but I don't know. It's not really necessarily my thing. But we'll see. I'm interested in what other people are watching. I want to hear, what are you watching? Is there anything good? I've been reading. I've been listening to some audiobooks as well, and doing a little bit of reading, but I'm packing a house, so it's, the books are disappearing right now. They're getting put into boxes. So, I've not been doing as much reading as I should. But as I've always said on this channel, is I like to read poetry. I like to read kind of short stories and zines and stuff, because I have ADHD and I have trouble, when I'm reading a novel or any kind of book. I don't read a lot of novels, but any kind of alchemical treatise or, magical whatever books that, which we have a lot, but, I'll read a paragraph and I'll realize I did not really, I read it, I didn't retain a lot of it. I'll have to read it over. And so anyways, it's always been like that, and I've, tried to get better at it over the years, but it's a challenge indeed. So anyways, I'm rambling. Any kind of book recommendations, any kind of movie recommendations, audiobooks for sure, I will take them and go find something. So all right, Pisces, I love you. I will talk to you in a few days. Take care of yourself. In the meantime, we're just about at Pisces season. It's coming up real quick here. Actually, oh my gosh, is it already? It's the 20th. I don't know. Maybe it starts on the 21st. It's Pisces season. All right. I love you. We'll talk real soon.